All right. In this video, I want to talk about something so important as you decide to start your own business. The subsequent videos, I talked about starting your own business and then getting a skill, which was in the other video. So it will help you grow your business, to become a dressmaker or a carpenter or a mason or beat maker. Just get a skill. That was in the second video. Now I want to talk about, in this video, I want to talk about something so important, and it is branding. After getting your skill and all that, what is so important is called branding. You need to get a brand. You need to get a name, all right, for your product or service that you want to provide to the general public. So you need to get a name for it. And I would advise that you don't use your own name for your brand, but you look for a name. What happens is, if something happens to you, it happens to the brand. And if something happens to the brand, it happens to you. That is if you use your own name for your brand. So you look for a name. I remember some years back when I started my bow tie business, I wanted a name for it. I started using classic bow tie, and anytime a name comes up, when I go and check on Google, somebody's using it. A classic bow tie came to mind. Men in tie came to mind. So many other names came to mind. I tried it, but it was being used. So I thought through stuff, and then a name came up. Tapoli. Tapoli is our local grinding tool that we use to grind pepper and things like that. And it has the shape of a bow tie. So it came to me, I said, brilliant. So quickly I created an account on social media called Tapoli Bow Ties, because nobody was using Tapoli bow ties at that time. People were using Tapoli, but not the bow ties. So I started making it, and I started telling people to call me Tapoli, which is has a certain response. So when you say Tapo, then I say li. So people ask why that name, and I'll explain to them that I make bow ties, and that is the brand name for my bow ties. And so imagine the number of people I introduce myself to, or they come to me for whatever, and then I introduce myself and I tell them I'm Tapoli, and they're like, "Why you have such a beautiful name, and why do you use Tapoli to be called Tapoli?" Then I explain to them the reason behind that I make bow ties. So in a year, if I have 100 people, I meet 100 people, 100 new people, I introduce my brand to them one way or the other, if you get me. So when they go, oh, okay, I know somebody who makes a bow tie. I know somebody who makes a bow tie. So anytime somebody's having his wedding or a church is having whatever, they say, oh, Charlie, we need bow ties. This guy is here, he makes bow ties. And I get orders. You get my point. So get a brand name for your product or service, and it will help you sell. Brand is the thing. And be very faithful, be very loyal to your client, which we'll talk about in the next video. So the next step is branding. So get your brand, yeah.